You may be investing in index funds with stocks and bonds, or you may have added a little real estate, or you may even be picking a few of your individual securities. But you may want to take your investing to the next level, and you may be wondering, what can I do next? I want to become a more advanced investor. In this video, I'll tell you the next level after the notebook level here that we talked about in the last video in this series. Welcome to Retire Certain, where I share what I've learned from almost 40 years of investing now, in the humble mission of hoping that it will inspire you to learn more about investing, embrace investing, and help you reach your financial goals so you can have enough money for life. Now, in the next strategy, well, let me back up for just a second and say that this whole strategy is about beginning investor strategies all the way to advanced investing strategies, so you can see what makes the most sense for you, where you are now, where you aspire to be, and it will help you cut back on all the noise that's going on around investing, around all the different strategies that you hear. You should be doing this, you should be doing that, and it will help you know what you want, because there is no cookie cutter approach to investing as I share here. It's about you, what you want, what your goals are, how you want to spend your time and your life. So this strategy is a little more advanced than the notebook strategy that we talked about in the last video. With the whiteboard, and you've all seen my whiteboard up here, you get a little more tactical. This is a huge advance in your investing skill. So the other strategies, let me explain, that we've talked about are more about buy and hold. They're more about asset allocation. Okay, I'm going to put this percent in stocks, maybe 60% and 40% in bonds, or maybe 25% in bonds, and I'm going to use 15% for down payment on real estate, or I may buy some REITs in my portfolio with 10%, something like that, where you're just breaking down your investment portfolio into different assets. You're probably even rebalancing every year. By that I mean those stocks have gone up and maybe the bonds went down, so you're going to buy and sell each to get back to those original percentages that you wanted to stay in. So that's rebalancing. So you're probably doing a little bit of that every year if you're following a traditional investing model for asset allocation and long-term buy and hold investing. That's just how it works, right? With this level, the whiteboard level, you're really stepping up your investing skills. You're saying, I'm noticing that stocks are super cheap, and I'm going to increase my allocation into stocks. I'm going to double up on my stock holdings. Or I'm concerned that inflation is around the corner, so I'm going to buy some gold. Or you may be saying, I'm concerned that interest rates are going to go up, so I'm going to adjust my bond holdings so that they can take advantage of that or be a little bit safer. So you're looking at the bigger picture. And when you do this, you lower your risk and you increase your chances for a higher return, because you're adjusting your portfolio based on what's happening. It's called a macro level. You're basing your investing decisions based on what's happening in the economy and in the world that will affect the value of your investments. One example I like to give is it's sort of like buying cashmere sweaters in May, right? We know they're cheap. They're super cheap based on where they normally are. So we're going to get a lot more for our money. And so often with shopping, whether it's a car or, probably less a car, but groceries or clothes or whatever it is we're buying, we're using our money for, we know to look for value. But with our investing, we don't always do that. It's easy to forget. The less an asset costs, the more you get for your money. So tactical investing, it takes advantage of that. Now there's one more thing I want to say about tactical investing that's super important, and yeah, you saw it, it's templates. As I've mentioned in the other strategies, this may sound confusing or overwhelming. Believe it or not, there are templates that are used even for tactical asset allocation investing. And these templates have been back tested. They've had data that you can analyze and use to your advantage. Now, this is what a lot of wealth advisors, wealth managers do, financial advisors do. This is where their expertise and skill comes in. A lot of them have whole companies for, research, but individual investors can do this as well, especially now with all the levels of the technology that we have access to and the platforms that we have access to that make it easier for us to look at historical data. Y'all know that I love math and logic and historical data for investing decisions because it keeps us from making emotional decisions, right? So with all this great data we have now, we can make smarter decisions about being tactical and investing in that way. To see the next level of investing, watch this video next.